Hi there. I just got off of work. I'm hot and sweaty, and I always look like crap when I get off work. My poor little car is almost 20 years old. The AC doesn't work. We can't figure out why. Not to mention other problems it has, but you know, it's whatever. Maybe eventually I'll be able to afford a car. I thought about trying to do a GoFundMe or something, but I don't really know. Like, that seems kind of weird. But anyway, so the temperature here last time I checked was 90 something, and the heat index was well over 100. For those of you that don't live around here, a heat index means that's what it feels like, basically. So if the heat index is 105, it feels like it's 105 degrees. Anyway, it's very hot. So when I get off work, I always look like a bum. Put my hair up, got a tank top on, got my flip-flops on, windows down, you know, whatever. So I don't even know if this will work out because it may be too loud with the windows. I got them kind of cracked right now because I don't want to hopefully mess up noise, you know. Anyway, so I was watching some stuff lately, and I thought, well, I'd put my 2 cents in on the whole walk away thing. I never was, you know, a Democrat or Republican, so to speak. I guess I would be probably considered more like a libertarian, I guess, maybe. Or at least in the traditional sense. Because nowadays everything's so twisted, you know. Anyway, so, but I can still do the walk away thing, I suppose, because never in my wildest dreams did I see Donald Trump winning or running for president, you know, on a serious note. Sorry, I have the hiccups all of a sudden. So, you know, and as far as, you know, like I said, what side of the aisle I'm on, I've always kind of supported whomever, you know, back in the day before I learned a lot of things I didn't know. I supported Bill Clinton, you know. In the very beginning, I supported Obama. Now, by the second term, I was praying he didn't win. Obviously, he did, but, you know, just because I learned a lot of things that I didn't like about him. You know, for all his hope and change and all that crap, he really didn't do anything except try to make more people more dependent on the government, which is not a good thing. But anyway, I don't want to get into him. He's done, you know. So anyway, I guess my thing is from the very beginning, when I first heard that Trump was running, I thought, are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? But I watched a few of his speeches and different things early on, talking about, you know, things he'd like to do and this and that. And I supported him very early on. Even when my boyfriend thought I was crazy. He was like, are you serious? Like, you know, blah, 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 whatever. Like a lot of people, you know, the way that he spoke and different things. Yes, it was funny and, you know, all that, but it wasn't very presidential, you know. So a lot of people kind of felt that way. But I don't know. There was something about him from the very beginning that I just, I was like, yeah, I hope he wins. And I started doing a lot of research. I watched all of his speeches, press conferences. I watched how he manipulated the press and got all this free press. There was so much that he did that I was like, this dude is like a baller. You know what I mean? Like he was playing the game, and he was doing it quite well. You know, and I just thought that was amazing, right? Because shit, everything's falling apart now. This thing hasn't fallen in forever, and all of a sudden it decides to fall today. Of course it does. Let me try this one more time. Sorry about all that. If it works, it works. Hopefully it will. But anyway, so yeah, he's from the very beginning, or very early on, I completely supported him because there was a lot that I saw him doing. And, the press was talking all this shit about him and stuff. But he did a lot of that on purpose. He got he got a lot of stuff done to work in his favor. And, yeah, he got some bad press out of the deal. But he got a lot of attention. And when the press would come out and talk bad about him, well, then, of course, they would ask him questions. So he would get to say what he wanted to say and get his message out. And didn't have to pay anything for all that press coverage. So, yeah, he was pretty smart. A lot of other things that he's done that I've watched, and he amazes me sometimes. Like, you think, what the hell is this dude doing right now? The way he's acting or talking or what he said or, whatever. There's a lot of different things that he's done and he continues to do. And sometimes when he does it, you're like, I don't understand what the hell he's doing. But by this point, at first, some of those things I was like, oh my God, this could be serious, or whatever. But as time went on, I learned that, nah, he knows what he's doing. So, he knows exactly what he's doing, which is awesome. So, anyway, upon watching that, and then I also noticed how the media manipulated a lot of things. Not just about him, but there was a lot of things before him, during him, after him, that didn't have anything to do with him, that I noticed they had been doing. And I started really paying attention. And then, of course, when he came along and I saw, how they tried to, they would edit things or omit things or whatever to make it look like he said something he didn't. And I mean, yeah, they would have clips with his voice saying something, but they didn't show it within context. So it made it look like one thing when it was actually something else. Kind of like recently with the MS-16, right? How he had said something about MS-16. He was talking about illegal immigrants, and then he said something about MS-16 and how he said some of these people, he said, well, MS-16, they're not even people, they're animals, right? Well, that's pretty much how it went. Not exactly, I don't remember the exact words, but what the mainstream media did is they took some of that out to where when you look at the clip, he's saying something about immigrants, and they're not people, they're just a bunch of animals. They left out the part where he was referring to MS-13, my bad. But they left out the part where he was talking about them and made it look like he was talking about immigrants in general. They've done that many times. That's why I don't believe anything they say anymore, because it's bullshit, It's sincere bullshit. And they try to play this game. And yeah, some people they're able to manipulate, but not everyone. So when I get the opportunity to talk to people and they say things like about the Russia or this or that, then I'll be like, hey, look, I know you're not going to believe me because you think I'm stupid and a Trump tard or whatever. I've been called all kinds of shit. I'm like, but look, this is what I know. This is what I found out. You don't have to believe me. Do some research on it. And when I say research, I don't mean CNN or someone like that. I mean real research. Like, if he supposedly said this, how about pull up that speech and watch it and tell me where he said it? Because that's the way you're going to get to the truth, right? Is by seeing actual things instead of, little snippets here and there of what they want you to see. But like I said, it's not just that. But anyway, so throughout seeing all that, my phone's going to die in a moment. It's hot. It says my phone is too hot. It's going to quit charging. So I had to unplug it. That's how fucking hot it is out here in Louisiana. Yeehaw. God, I need a car so bad, y'all. I'm trying to be positive here. I really am. But Jesus. It's like a 30-minute drive to work every day. And it's miserable hot. So anyway. But MSN is really good at manipulating all that stuff. And after watching more and more and more and more, I would see what he would say, and I would be in support of that. And then I'd watch like CNN or something, and they would say, oh, we saw Trump's speech, and he said this, this, and this. He's a horrible person. And I'm like, he didn't say that. Wait a minute, he didn't say that. And that's what kind of got me started. And it didn't take me long to discover not to believe 99% of what they say. So, not to mention, they told us Hillary's winning. Hillary's got all the votes. Trump will never win. Look at the percentages. We got them right here. And they didn't know what the beep they were talking about. Or they were flat out lying. I'm not sure which. But, anyway, I'm going to have to hang this thing up before it dies. And before my phone blows up, I actually have a cool rag that I bring with me just for my phone because it gets that hot out here. Isn't that ridiculous? So anyway, I gotta wrap my phone. Y'all have a great day. I would love your opinions and thoughts, and I might embellish this a little more later. Not embellish, but more detailed, talk about more or whatever, if you're interested. Alright, thanks y'all.